Alright, by this time tomorrow, 12 people in America who are alive right now will be dead. And it's not because they were gunned down or because they were in a car accident. It was simply because they couldn't be given a life-saving transplant in time. There are more than enough potential donors that die each day that could meet the needs of all the people on the waiting list. But the problem is that there's not enough people willing to give them their organ or donate their organ. I will highlight being a donor and the benefits that come from it by explaining the process of becoming a donor, the myths of organ donation, the main benefits of organ donation, and how to become an organ donor. Okay, I'd like to start off by explaining a few myths and misconceptions about organ donation. According to MayoClinic.com, the number one reason why people don't become an organ donor is because they feel that doctors won't try as hard to save their life. And that is not true, for the reason that when you have like an emergency, or let's say you get in an accident, the doctor that becomes that helps you, or the one that attends you, isn't the same doctor that's going to do the transplant on you. So there's no connection, there's no correlation between them two, because the doctor has no idea you are a donor. So like that's the main reason why. And from another reason why is that doctors are there to save your life, not to end your life, and they should actually be trying to save you instead of trying to kill you. And there are like a few, it's really rare that happens. I heard of one case, but like you can't base everything on just one time that it happened. So that's also something you should take in consideration. Organ transplants are given to rich people or famous people, and that's also not true, because donated organs are matched by blood and tissue typing, organ size, medical urgency, waiting time, and geographic location. So it goes by where you are on the waiting list. So it's not like, okay, well, Paris Hilton needs a liver donation or something. It doesn't go like that. It's whoever comes next. And if you're not on the list, if you're not first, well, you go at the end, and that's just how it works. You doesn't it's not favorable. You don't just go because, oh, well, he's this person or she's that person, she's rich or she's poor. It just depends where you are on the list. Another myth is organ donation is against my religion. And this is also false, because organ donation is usually consistent with beliefs of most religions, such as Catholicism, Protestantism, Islam, and branches of Judaism. And so it kind of fits in. And if you're unsure, or you still feel uncomfortable of the fact that, okay, I can't do it because of my religion, well, you should actually go talk to somebody in your clergy so they can let you know if it's okay for you to do that based on your religion. Another myth is that, okay, that if your loved one is planning to that passes away and they wanted to be an organ donor, that they can't have like an open casket. That's also false, because they'll have clothes on them, so you can't even tell that they were an organ donor. So like they also put like if you donated your eyes to someone that was blind, they'll put like an artificial eye like once you're dead, and they'll close the lid so you can't even tell. So there's other stuff like the skin, and they add more stuff to it so that you won't tell. Now that I've cleared up some of the misconceptions of organ donation, I'd like to talk about some of the main benefits of organ donation. One of the ones is help grieving families. So when someone's lost somebody that they really love, they'll do anything to alleviate the pain they feel. And sometimes when, knowing that the person that passed away gave their heart or their liver to someone that really needed it, or even that helped them live, is kind of more comforting to the families. And also because that it gives them that kind of mentality that, all right, well, even though it was sad that they passed away, something good came out of it. Another benefit is new lease on life, and this is one of the main reasons someone becomes an organ donor, is that they're able to give the gift of life to somebody else, and that kind of second chance to them. An example of this is Lacey Win, and Lacey Win posted up her story on organdonor.gov, and her story was that when she was 18 months old, a virus attacked her heart, and she needed a heart transplant. And a 22-month-old boy who had recently passed away, they donated his heart to her, and that was how she was able to survive. And like right now, she's like living life to like the fullest. She quotes that they call her Lucky Lacey because she was given that second chance, and a lot of people don't get that second chance to live. Another example is Krystal, and Krystal, she also posted up her story on the same website, and she also needed a heart transplant. And a 30-year-old man had gave her the transplant of the heart, and like she actually met his family, and that's kind of like her adopted family now, because like she got really close to them, and they kind of saw it as like, oh well, he's kind of still alive in her because she has his heart. Lastly, now that you kind of know the misconceptions of organ donating and the benefits, now I'd like to talk about how you can become an organ donor. And by doing this, you can go online to donatelifecalifornia.org, and you just sign up there, and then if you don't want to do that either, when you go renew your driver's license or your ID, you'll sign like a donor card, and you'll keep that with you until on your driver's license you'll get the little pink dot that says donor. And it's really simple. It's a simple process, so you can't say like it's super complicated or anything. And lastly, they on MayoClinic.com, they kind of explain to you that another, like the last step of the process is also to talk to your family about it and trying to get them to understand why you're doing this and how the gift of life is really important to somebody else. Well, now that I've talked about the myths of organ donating and well, in conclusion, I like to kind of explain to you like my personal opinion about it, and it's just that, and like I'm considering becoming an organ donor. That's why I did my research on this, and I believe giving that opportunity to somebody else to live after you've passed away is really important, because like I see it as when after you passed away, like why not give your heart to somebody that needs it? Because in the end, you're not going to need it anymore since you're dead. And so that's the way I see it. And I've already kind of like try to let you know that all the stuff that they've said about it, like okay, like they're not going to try to save you, that you can't have an open casket, that all of that's false. So there's like actually no reason for you not to become an organ donor. And right now, the waiting list is 100,562 people. So it's up to you guys if you want to consider it and actually save somebody's life. Thank you.
And Kyle was not here, so let's see. Well, David, you were originally scheduled to do our mystery Natalie today. Could you offer some comments on the speech, please?
I thought it was an interesting topic. She did really well. She had good eye contact. She kind of read from her cards a little bit, but she did pretty well with she memorized her speech, so she did well with that. Interesting topic. I've actually thought about it myself, so interesting. Good job.
Sweet.